Good morning, my lovers. Oh, it's a lovely white day today. Oh, there's little kiddies on the hill with their toboggans. And I must be insane to come out detecting in this weather. But there are places you can go. So come on. I've noticed lately that a lot of people have stopped making videos. A bunch of namby-pamby pussy wusses. Yes. Right, so I'm out. And there's still places you can do it. And it's good to come out in the snow because it shows you things that you didn't see before. That you didn't notice. And one of them is just here, under this tree. No snow. Building up a bit there. And a bit over here. But look over there, my lovers. Under the trees, there's no snow. And another thing I've noticed, if we look over here, getting a bit thicker here. Do you see these, my lovers? They're field drains. And what that means is, near this drain here, this may have been dug hundreds of years ago. So all you've got to do is detect the edges of the field drain, and all the deeper coins that would have been much deeper and out of reach of your metal detector are going to be along the edges. So you can now see the field drains because of the water running through is warmer than the snow and it's melting. So all you've got to do is, when you go home, is you get your grid reference on Grid Reference Finder and you see if you can see the field drains, and you mark the grid references of the drains and you dig along the edges of them. Sure, you might get the odd horseshoe in the actual ditch itself, but you're more likely to find deeper, older stuff on the edges than you would be in the rest of the field. So I'm going to come back here and I'm going to do around these two trees to begin with, and then I'm going to move on to somewhere else and do around those trees, because there's lots of trees on my 1,000 acres. Right, my lovers, I'm going to get to it and I'll see you on my first find. Oh, look what I got here, my lovers. I've got a thing. I don't know what that is. Could be something off a tractor. Got a bit of metal in the bottom. Definitely gave me a signal. Looks like plastic. I thought it was rubbish when I first saw it. Right, on to the next. Right, I just dug up some iron implements and I'm near the Roman field. I just thought they were going to be a bit of rubbish. But now they've actually got shapes. Here's the first one. And it sort of tapers here, look, on this side. It sort of goes to a thin, looks like it's going to go to a thin point. But on this side, it sort of goes out like a bit like a spatula. It thins out. So it's round on this side and then thin on this side. Now it's not sharp, this edge, so it's not a knife, I don't think. But it definitely looks like it's been fashioned for something. Like I said, I'm near the Roman field. And this bit here, see how it sort of is rounded and then it goes into a sort of a slight sort of wedge shape, tapers. So, you know, near the Roman field, so perhaps it might be some sort of Roman tool. Right, on to the next. Oh, look what I got here, my lovers. Oh, buckle. Lovely jubbly. Get a bit of light on it. Is that better? Oh yeah, that's better. Yeah, nice old buckle off a horse, I expect. Or saddle, something like that. Strap for something. Right, on to the next. Well, as I was filling that hole in, I come across this bit of Roman pottery. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like these lines going across there. Let's rub it on my trousers a bit, it's a bit wet. See these lines going across, going across there, and there's some also a bit fainter, some lines going across here. So perhaps it was a bit of Roman flooring, something like that, just big tiles. Right, on to the next. Oh, I had a bit of a game here, my lovers. This bit of a stream here, the runoff from the snow filled up my hole. So I had a right game trying to get the target, but I've got it out and it's just here. Right, I'm going to bring this over to somewhere a bit drier and I'll see what it is. Right, it looks like some sort of buckle. Oh yes. Right, I'm going to wash this off carefully in the stream and I'll get back to you, because it looks like there's a bit of decoration on there. Go look at that, my lovers. Weird, it looks like little nooses. And it's got this bit of fancy on the edge. And then all these little dots, circles, they go all the way around the edge. Some sort of buckle, I would think, with that funny loop on the back. How bizarre! That's the find of the day so far. Right, on to the next. And look where I found it, my lovers. Right on the edge of the drainage ditch. So that has been dug. The drainage ditch has been dug out at some point in the past. And all the bits from deep down have been shoveled on both sides. And that was found right on the edge. So like I said earlier, you know, try and find where all those drainage ditches were and just detect the edges of them. Right, on to the next. Some kids on the hill. It's quite steep there, that's what I was detecting the other day, but there are steeper bits. Yeah, no good. You want somewhere like almost vertical. Look at this here, my lovers. Because of the trees, there's hardly any snow in this part of the field. So I'm going to detect here, see if I can find anything. But as you can see, the sun's going down, and I've only got about an hour left until complete darkness. Right, I got something in here, my lovers. I can just see the edge of it. Ooh. Oh, looks like a bit of shoe buckle. Yeah, there's the where the pin would have gone. Just a bit of a broken shoe buckle. Right, on to the next. Oh, there she blows. It's going to be a cold one tonight, my lovers. Right, that's it. Oh, didn't find much today, but I had limited space to be able to swing in. Sun's gone down. It's starting to, temperature's starting to plummet. There's still some kids sledging on the hills, but they're worn out marching back up that steep hill. Right, I'll probably be out in a couple of days. See what the weather's doing tomorrow. If it's sunny, I might be out. It looks like it might be a nice day. But when all this snow freezes, it's going to hang around for a few days, isn't it? So could be a bit tricky. Right, I'm off down the pub for some jars of ale. Cheers.